Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our series in the series. Okay, so this is music theory for beginners. Okay, and as I told you the last time, it's important that you know some theory, and I'm just trying to go through the basics and music theory foundation. The last time we talked about the musical alphabets and chromatic scale and how it's also like the chromatic scale. Okay, and today we're going to be doing something different. Today we're going to be looking at the major scale and how it is derived. The major scale, some people consider it as the foundation of every other scale, and that's why it is important, because it's one of the most commonly used scales in music. And today we're going to check it out. The last time I told you about what a tone means and what a semitone is. Okay, I told you that a whole step is also known as a tone, and while a half step is also known as a semitone. So when we go from A to A sharp, we've gone a half step, that's a semitone. A to B is a tone or a whole step. Okay, so now we're using the tone and semitone. So T here stands for tone and S stands for semitone. Okay, so when you see tone here, you know you're going a whole step. When you see semitone, you know you're going a half step. All right, so that's what this represents. And you can see this TTS, TTTS, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. All right, this is also known as the major scale formula. So you can take any one of these notes, plug it right here in the beginning, and then you get the major scale for that key, whatever key it is. This is like a formula. Wherever you start with this formula, you're going to end the same way, or you're going to end with a major scale. One of the most common major scales is the C major scale. C. Okay, a tone from C is a whole step, that's D, right? So the second one would be a D. Okay, we're going another tone from D, which would be an E, right? So the third would be E. Okay, so you can see that there's a semitone here, so we're going a semitone from E, that's a half step. So we're going from E to F, right? So the fourth would be an F. So as you can see here, tone. So now we have tone, tone, semitone. We have another tone. So from F, to get a tone from F will be G, right? So the fifth will be G, and tone from G would be A. So the sixth will be A. We need another tone. So a tone from A would be B, and then semitone will be back to C. All right, so this here is the C major scale. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't call this 8. This is back to 1 because it's the same thing. All right, so this is C major scale. Now some people like looking at this as solfa notation. Sometimes, you know, your do re mi fa sol la ti do, this would be do re mi fa sol la ti do. That means if you play in the key of C, your D will be re, that's how it will sound. E will be mi, F will be fa, G sol la ti do. If you put D here as the first and follow through this formula, you get a D major scale. All right, if you put, let's say, F sharp here, if you start with F sharp and follow this formula, you get the F sharp major scale. All right, so another common one is the G. Another common one is the G, which we are going to try now. All right, like we've already learned some chords in the key of G. We've learned the D chord, we've learned the G chord, you know, and other stuff. So let's try the G major scale. All right, so we'll have G here, a tone from G following this formula will be A, right? Oh yeah, before I forget, quickly. Now, when we saw the C major scale, the previous one we did, you saw that in the C major scale, there were no flats or sharps. And that is the only scale without sharp or flats. Don't forget that. The C major scale, okay? So let's continue. So after A here, we're on the G major scale now. After A, alright, we need a tone. Tone from A would be B. Alright? Semitone. That's B to C, a half step. Alright? A tone from C to D, moving a whole step forward, which is a tone, would be D. Okay? Another tone would be E. Another tone would be F sharp. And then a semitone from F sharp is back to G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. Alright? So in the last lesson, I told you that F sharp can also be called G flat. Okay, they're the same thing. You can call them either one. But there are some reasons why we choose F sharp. Okay, look at this scale for example now. We want the letters to be different. So for this scale, we'll have to choose F sharp because we are not going to say a G flat here because we want different letters. If we say G flat, that means we have about 2 G's already. It's kind of confusing. All right, so it's better we go for F sharp here. All right, so we have G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. All right, in this context, it is better you write F sharp instead of G flat here. So this now will be the G major scale. We want to translate this G major scale on the guitar. We are just going to use one string so I can explain this to you and you get it like a visual concept. All right, so you know your open string is E, right? So look for your G, you'd go F sharp, G. So this is G here, right? So following the tone following the tone semitone formula, you know that this is G tone. All right, tone, semitone, tone, semitone. All right, so you have your So as a practice, I would say you should get out a sheet of paper or whatever writing material that you want to use and just try different scales. Okay, try the C sharp major scale, for example. All right, try the D major scale. Okay, try the E major scale, try F, try whatever. Just use this formula: tone, semitone, tone, semitone. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Stay tuned. Bye.